Hello and welcome back to Blood Rush League, lower bracket round 2. Here we have Arkham versus Archon here. And we have Hillbilly on the Torment Creek with Knight playing the Billy here for our lovely, lovely team Arkham. And we're up against Archon Survivors with Albatross, Brokeman, Krags, and King Julian. We are off to our first chase here, finding Julian here in the cow tree. Julian greeting that pallet. Will we get a quick down? No! We do enter blue, we do enter overcharge mode? The blue mode, yep. And we are running a pretty common build we've seen Billy run here with Ruin, Pop, Wretched Fate, but we do have Deadlock this time, which is, we don't see as often, but it is still a fairly strong regression in Gen blocking perk. Julian's playing this exceptionally well. Oh my, 3-drops the pallet, breaks the pallet, and looks like we're going to be taking the chase here to Shack. In the background, I'm sure the survivors are all smashing out the gens. We're probably seeing gens looking to maybe be around 50%, I assume, at this point, and it looks like we're forced to drop this. Julian playing that first chase exceptionally well. Without Corrupt here, we could have had survivors on the gens pretty much immediately. We do break this main door, and we can see main had a bit of progress, but not too much. Ruin is eating away at this, and we see the generator here at 1, about 75% as we force, I believe that was Laurie we saw running down. I'm not sure. Maybe it was just a piece of grass. Oh, but we do spot Julian here working the gen by Shack. Once again, they have to play a pallet. They greet it. Will we get a curve? Oh, not quite. Oh man, we get the stun. Julian! Kinda juicing this game with these chases. This is honestly setting up Archon for such a strong start here. With a gen popping, like, Julian getting around, dropping Shack pallet. Oh my, we need to get it down fast for Archon. Julian running towards that finished gen side, but we have to drop. It's probably going to look towards the gens here at 1 and main. Ooh, we do spot Laurie, so it was Laurie was lurking around the top side of the map here. A generator does pop in the background. We see generator at I believe 7 and 5 popping. Or is that 3? Around 3 to 5 area. Ooh, we do see our totem here in the middle. We have Ada here getting affected by Wretched, which will slow down the survivors quite a bit. Oh, and we get the down through the pallet stun. You hate to see it. This is what happens to me whenever I play against Hillbilly, a survivor. The very rare instances I'm on serve. But we do spot some scratch marks here. It's Julian trying to work away on that totem, but gets interrupted. And we do get our hook here. A very strong mid-map hook for our killer, giving our killer a potential opportunity to secure maybe a second stage if they do it right. We do head all the way up to 1 here. Oh, sorry, 11, not 1. My mistake. And Ada does throw the pallet. We do get a fairly fast pull here, and it looks like we're going to have Billy immediately come back here. If we could get a fast down, like a down right after BT ends, for example, or something like relatively quickly, we could put a survivor maybe on deathlock on 3 gens remaining, probably 2 gens remaining with that gen pressure that they have. Oh, it's looking kind of rough, but if they do manage to get a deathlock and maybe get a tunnel out going, it'll be really strong for our survivors. Wretched Fate going away. We still have Pop, and we have Pop available. We had Pop available, but Ruin is in place, so it's not really usable yet. We do get the down here on Julian, and a very solid down, and we're probably looking to drag towards either one of the active gens or that mid hook. And it looks like, yep, we do get the hook as the gen does pop, so we get our second hook and second fresh hook of the game. We spot Albatross here on the Laurie in chase at the excavator. I forget what you call that. Oh my apologies. The construction vehicle, you know, that thing. Yep. But she does make it all the way to main, and we do get the fast unhook here with Julian getting pulled. And it's either I believe it's either Delhi or second win. Ooh, we do get the down. And I believe it was Delhi. We get the pick, and we will be getting the hook momentarily, putting our survivor on death hook here with Julian on second stage with 2 gens remaining. 1 gen remaining. My bad. Sorry, Caster's Curse there. We do see a crow take off towards that the construction vehicle, and we do spot our Fung here. Brokeman climbing up. Will we get a down? Oh, it's very close, but they managed to drop, and they hit the balance landing. Oppa, well played. They drop the firecracker. Ooh, they barely dodge it and they make the pallet. Very good patience not to drop the pallet. And we're gonna have to leave that as we go all the way to main and we catch Ada. Almost hitting her with a chainsaw, but not quite. We're gonna get a clobber here and a bonk as she vaults the main window. No, this is looking like such a strong position for our survivors. I'm expecting maybe we're gonna get like what, 5 to 6 stages here. If like maybe you could get what, maybe 7 stages if we could get like a down here on Julian quickly, and then get either Fung or Ada on the end game. Because I really feel like a gen is about to pop any second. What a dead hard! Oh my, Julian. Crazy plays here. And we are forced to exit this area, and we're going back to main after Julian hits an amazing dead hard. We do spot our Ada here in chase. She's gonna try and send it, but they get caught, and we do get a pick here on a fresh hook potentially, but it looks like we're gonna slug. The thing to notice, we are not running no mither in this Billy set at the moment. Ooh, we spot Lori. Will we possibly get another slug going? Lori has to make this window, and she does. Very well played. And I think we're gonna opt to leave this. We do have a ruin in play, right? So if we're able to like get the survivors off of these gens, keep the pressure on our side, it looks Arkham's killer might be able to like slow the game down a bit, but we have to be very careful with just how progressed these gens are. We can see here, oh, that gen popping just as we arrive is not what you want to see, and we are in chase here. I think this is our best chase for the end game, is on Fung. If we get it down on Fung and just camper out, right, that's going to be 3 stages, giving us a result of 7 stage for fresh. Very good here. And we could also up the slug Fung. Oh, okay, we're gonna pick. And I think we might see both of these survivors die on hook. It is up to our survivors to see if we can try and recover this. Oh, we do spot Lori here. Julian might make a play. Julian tries. But we do spot him running towards the 11 side of the map. They probably can unhook one person, but it might just end up as a trade. At this point, like, Julian's gonna unhook Fung. And we just have to secure this stage here. They're all injured, so no matter what, this is gonna be a trade. We're gonna get the down on Julian. Do they go second? They don't go second! Oh! We bump on the hay bales, I'm afraid. That's, I mean, like, Ada does have BT, right? So if we hit her here, that's not ideal. Trying to get around Ada, but she does make it. Do we get the hit here? Looks like we're gonna opt to leave and go for Julian, who gets picked. Julian with the unbreakable. And they're just stuck here in the main area. We could potentially see this being like Julian being kept here till endgame collapse is over, as the escapes are all on the bottom side of the map. So it's almost certain we are going to be seeing, I believe, 6 stage 4 fresh here for our killer. And a clobber here to end our first game of our first set with a 6 stage 4 fresh. Very strong performance by our Archon survivors. And our killer here, Knight on Arkham, pulling it back, getting in a really good endgame position there, getting as many stages as they could. Oh my. We're gonna be right back as we get the next lobby sorted, but I just want to say, with a win con of 7 stages, it's going to... We've seen Billy get good results on this map, like 4K, so it might be a bit difficult. We're gonna have to see how Arkham survivors do. It's not over till it's over, right? So we'll get that next lobby started for you guys, and I'll see you guys in a bit. Hello and welcome back to Blood Rush League Season 4, lower bracket round 2 of Arkham versus Archon. We are in our second game of our first set, this time with Archon on the killer. And with Arkham survivors here, we have a win condition of 7 stages and a tie condition of 6 stage 4 fresh, which is a pretty chill win condition here for our killer. I'd be pretty chill with a win con like that, but maybe not as much when Ruin goes just like that within the first 20 seconds of the match. You love Totem RNG, but such is the life of a Hexperk, and we are in chase with our cleansing player, our Atior here on the top, and top goes down. Very unfortunate they didn't have a resource to play there, and we get our first hook very, very early into our game. Very strong start here for Julian here on the Billy for Archon. Oh my god, what a start to this game. We get our first hook here on basement, which would be a bit difficult to save if Hillbilly is in the area, and we're off looking for our survivors here. We do spot Knight here on the gen at 3. It's a TNL, so we'll see how they do. We do have our BAM in our build, and we do have Eruption and Corrupt. Ruin was in, and now it's gone. But this lets us use Eruption now, which is like the backup once Ruin goes. And it's, honestly, Ruin is such a strong perk. The more the... Oh, a bit of lag there. Oh, and Knight does go down, unfortunately. The less survivors are alive, the stronger and more oppressive Ruin is, I feel. Ruin really, really punishes the lack of manpower from the survivors. So, it's good that they got it out early, so if it does somehow get into a, you know, if it gets into a multi-slug or a 1v3 situation or a 1v2, it is more likely the survivors might be able to complete a gen. We do hear a survivor here outside of Shack here at the back, and it's going to be Atior here on the tap. We do get an eruption here onto the Shack gen, and we enter chase once again with our potential tunnel out. Very strong vault here. And we go bam the window, but they do have Shack Pallet. They don't drop it. Oh, they double back. Will they make it around? And it looks like yes. Very well played by Atior. Good pathing. They do drop Shack Pallet this time, getting an extra loop around Shack. Very strong. And they're off to the tile here at 5. Or 4, rather. Ooh. Greaves the pallet. Goes around to the window. Will we get a curve? We do! We hit a dead hard! Oh my gosh! And a gen pops in the background, bringing us to 4 generators remaining. Crazy stuff here by Atior. Very good dead hard there. This chase is getting our survivors back a pretty good amount of pressure. But it's only so long the chase can go for, and we do get clobbered as we vault that window, leading to our Atior going to second hook here likely. I wonder if we'll see a hook in basement. It looks like we're opting to hook once again in basement. This could be danger for our survivors here. If we can get to 7 stages, right? Like we go at your dice. That will put us to 4 stages, and then we just like get Guile or Animate and just full face camp them till they die. That's 7 stages, and that's win condition. We do spot our Claude here. Guile, our no Mither player. Ooh, we get a good we get a solid bolt. What a lunge. And we do get the down here onto our Claude. As I say, that was a very solid BAM vault there, turning off that tile for Claude. And we do get the unhook in the basement. And we are back to our Shack area. A thing to note is that Julian is now aware that Atior has dead hard, so they're gonna have to bait that out potentially. A bit of an unfortunate collision there on the corner, but Atior doesn't vault the window as they properly check spotted. Very good patience by Atior. Ooh, we cut the saw short to bait the dead hard. Amazing play here, and Guile coming in to hit take. Oh, we get the clobber. We're gonna opt the slug Guile, but they have no Mither, so they'll be up momentarily if we don't come and pick them. Looks like Julian here really is playing for this 4K, wanting to get Atior out of the game. We do get the hit. I expect us to get a pick here as Guile picks himself off the floor. And this will put us in our 1v3 situation with our perks being BAM and Eruption. I mean, the gen spread is very, very, very spread out. I don't think even with Billy's mobility it's super defendable. We are at 5 stage 3 fresh, however. If we find Zarina and down her, this is potential tie. But if we do kill Knight, if we could get 2 stages off of these survivors, this will bring us to 7 stage, which is our win condition. Oh my. Back to our gen here. Julian here trying to hold their gens as much as possible, but the gens are so spread with a gen at Shack, a gen at 7, and a gen all the way here at 1. Oh my. It is imperative that our survivors here try not to get caught, as one, like, if Julian here hooks anyone, it's going to be a very strong position for them. If we hook Zarina, it's just an immediate tie with 6 stage 4 fresh, and a potential win if they don't unhook Zarina. And then if we unhook and like Claude or Knight, if we hook Claude or Knight, they could just be camped out for that 7 stages. So the survivors here have to somehow finish all the gens and get everyone out. They do get all the gens done. That is step one of the two two-step plan here of trying to get this set. But the challenge is getting everyone out. And unfortunately, we do get Zarina. We down Zarina. And we are going to hook Zarina for currently our Tycon. The survivors have to play for an unhook here. If Zarina gets one more stage on her, or if anyone gets hooked one more time, that is the win for our killer. Yeah. It looks like this will... Yeah, no, they just take the outs, getting best result here. I don't think it was savable against Billy. They were just going to lose more stages if they came save that. And that gives us the result of 8 stage 4 fresh. A very, very strong performance here by both teams. But Archon taking the set with 2 extra hook stages. Very good stuff here. And that, yeah. And that will give Archon our first win. We're going to move on to our next set, which is... honestly, I wasn't such a big fan of the Wraith set, but it has grown on me. I do enjoy seeing our Wraith on DDS. We have had so many Wraith games this season, and they've all been so exciting. So I'm very excited to see another Wraith game here, especially against teams this good. So we'll be back momentarily as we get the next lobby sorted. See you guys in a bit. Hello and welcome back to Blood Rush League Season 4 Lower Bracket Round 2. Here we have Arkham versus Archon with our first game of our second set. This time we have the Wraith on Dead Dog Saloon, which is Archon's pick here, with Albatross playing our Wraith for Archon. We have a very standard setup here with the Uncloak speed and break speed, as well as Sloppy, Pain Res, Corrupt, and Bam. Bam being very strong here on Dead Dog, able to block out these main windows, which can be very strong for our survivors. We do get a very first tag here on Dio, on the Renato. They go play this window. Very good stuff here. If we could get a very fast down, this will put Archon in such a strong position, but he does make this window. We're going to hit the Bam, and will we get the down? We might see a head-on. We do see a head-on. Albatross trying to dodge the head-on, but not quite. Head-on still connecting very strong here by our survivors. Oh my. And I just want to say, I think that was a teamwork perk here with, I believe it's Rick's perk. It was either Toughen Up or Throwdown. It's the one where if your teammate stuns, you get, like, semi-elusive, I think. Ooh. A Revolt. And we do get the break. We're gonna have to drop that, and we spot our survivors here working our 6th gen. And will we get a tag? It looks like we're gonna get tag here on Aces. The pallet has been used. Knight here taking a tag. Sloppy on 2 people now. Getting some pressure here on our survivors, but we haven't gotten our first down yet. We're gonna bam the window, vault back. We do have a ballot here at the one side. For our viewers coming from NA and EU, I do use the OCE clock here for Dead Dog Saloon. So top of streak here, this is 12, and then this area here is 1. Water tower is next to 6, and then out back is 7, 8, 9. With 11 being toilet pallet. We do get the down, we do get the hook. It's a pain res. Maybe. Oh yeah, we're gonna opt the pain res here. Pain res at the 1 tile. Getting a recloak, breaking the pallet. We do see that Kyle here is working away at our generators here in the in the Gallows area. And we do have, I believe, Atior working away main, and someone else is working here at 6. I believe it is Dio. Oh wait, sorry, it was Atior at 6 and Dio in main. We will be seeing our first gen finishes as Albatross patrols back to the hook. predicting an unhook. The unhook does happen. They were not able to return in time to stop that. We do get the uncloak here, trying to body block. Ooh, we do drop the pallet. Will we break? We do break, facing towards main. We need to get the down here quickly for Albatross to get the momentum on their side. Will we see another head-on? We do! And the killer was cloaked, so it's a long stun and a blind here by Atior. Oh me, oh my. Very well played here by our survivors here at Arkham. Oh, the chem trap! And we are a very slow Wraith here momentarily with that 50% hinder from our chem trap. Getting us to this filler pallet here in this 8th tile. But it's going to be hard as this pallet is pretty 50-50. Ooh, not quite with that lunge. Albatross here needing to get this down if they want to get the momentum back on their side, and they finally do get it. But we do have a lot of gen pressure on the board here for our survivors. We do get a hook. We don't have a pain res here. And so it is up to Albatross to just dry kick generators or get another fresh hook here for a pain res. But it looks like our survivors here are working away at main. And our gen, I believe, at 3. That main gen is going to pop. I don't think there's anything we could do about it. We do spot Renato here. Dio on the Renato in the 5 area. We do get a hit as they lose that 50. Oh. We do get it down. Yep, forcing a locker pull here. So that means that someone possibly can pull Knight. Yep, Guile pulls Knight after they finish that main gen. We're gonna get a pain res. Oh, the main gen did not pop. And it eats the pain res here as pain res hits main. Dry kick the gen here at 3. We don't have Eruption, right? Which is generally, you see Eruption pretty common on Wraith, but instead we just have pain res. We've seen combos of like sloppy pain res erupt bam, so we opt to leave corrupt intervention, but this time we opt to take a corrupt intervention but leave eruption, which is stronger in like corrupt is strong in the early, but like later on, right, eruption is very powerful, and without it, it can be a bit rough trying to hold the gens later into the match. We see Dio here coming for a window vault, gets the revault, forces another locker pull. Oh my. And that's our second survivor here on Deathhook. This gets Albatross in a pretty good position here with 2 survivors on Deathhook. If we can find Ace and kill him, and eliminate Knight, this will put our killer in a very commanding position. But the challenge is finding them and getting that down. If the survivors get another strong chase like they did at the start, then it is potentially we could see outs. But it's up to them to like leverage like their head-on and their, you know, their beamer and hit take and all of that stuff to extend this chase as much as possible. We do see our head-on player here at TR. He does get the window vault. We don't get the body block to fake the window, but I think they'll be taking an M1 here regardless. As the gen in main finally does pop, that pain res getting a lot of value, buying a lot of time, hitting that gen was pretty much 99, letting it regress just a little bit too. Guile here in chase. If we could get a tag on Guile, maybe get it down, get a pain res. We do get the tag, and Guile takes that hit and runs towards the 6 area. We have a gen at 7, and I believe we have a gen at 3, 7, and is it 1? A mid, sorry, 3, 7, 1 mid, yeah. And I mean, it's a fairly strong 3 gen here with the mid 1 and 3 gens. The 7 gen, it's not really defendable if you want to hold this 3 gen, so I would say like Albatross probably isn't even going to bother checking or guarding that gen. But we are in a very good spot here as we could possibly get another tag here on Atior, putting our 2 fresh hook survivors in the injured state. Oh, and a very good stun here from Claude. We need to go back, I think, to our 3-gen here. We might be overcommitting, maybe slightly too long. Ooh, we spot Claude overextending. We do get the down. We know Altior has the beamer, but I don't think they are in a position to beamer save. We might hook here in the pain res at the 7 area. Oh, sorry, at the 8 area. My bad. And this will get us a bit more time as it hits a gen in the background. I believe it hit... that was a Renato scream? And we must go back to our 3-gen here. Albatross here, probably trying to hold this for as long as possible. We do see a skill check missed at the 3 side as they were probably calm that Wraith is on their way there. And unfortunately, when you let go right as the skill check happens. Dio needs to play this chase well. They get the very good stun here and they run towards main. If we turn this into a 1v3 and then very quickly turn it into a 1v2 if we find Dio and then Knight, this will be a very good position here for Albatross, but in its current iteration of the game with the gen pressure, it's looking scary. Ooh, I think we'll be getting a tag here onto Knight. We do get the tag on Knight, very good hit by Albatross there, but this puts 3 survivors on the injured state with, I believe, Claude running second wind. Oh, sorry, clean break. Second wind is not that, is the unhook perk. Clean break, the Tori perk. And they will be getting healed after about 60 seconds. However, for that 60 seconds, they are broken. Ooh, we spot Dio here, the final healthy survivor. Will we get the tag? Ooh, they managed to win the 50, get that vault. They get the vault again! Oh my, Dio managing to play that exceptionally well, escaping towards that tile at 4, trying to make their way to Shack, but I think they'll be getting a tag here. We see our survivors resetting in the background, and we do get the tag, and the generator at 7 finishes, putting us in our final generator of the game with that 3-gen in the mid 3 and 1 tile, and we know that generator 1 and 3 have been pressured, and there goes the generator at 1. Oh my! Our survivors play this so well. Our best play right now is to find Atior. Oh. I see. I believe we are disconnecting. And we have gotten a very cool disconnect here. With, I believe there was 5 stages, 3 fresh on the board. Oh my, disconnect. Very unfortunate right at the end. We could have maybe seen extra stages there, but who's to say? We will sort this out, and I will notify what the decision of the staff regarding the score and what happens due to the disconnect in the next match. I'll see you guys in a bit as we get that next lobby and this situation sorted out. Hello and welcome back to Blood Rush League Season 4, lower bracket round 2 here with Arkham versus Archon on our second game of our second set here. This time we have Atior playing for Arkham here on the killer. And we do get a very early spot here on Albatross on the on the ace. Wow, I can't believe I forgot that survivor's name for a second there. And we do get a very early tag as they run towards main here. As for the server issues last match, both teams have agreed to come to the result of 6 stage 4 fresh. As from the perspective, from the submitted perspectives, it looked like the likely outcome of that game. As yeah, so that brings our win condition here at 7 stages, or a tie condition of a 6 stage 4 fresh. Looks like we have a very typical build here again on Wraith. Sloppy Butcher, you see. We don't have BAM this time, but instead we have Ruin and Eruption. No Corrupt Intervention. And we have our typical Uncloak Speed add-ons. We see King Julian here on the Quan here, lurking maybe for the pallet save. They are really lurking for that pallet. Oh my, everyone is here coming for this pallet save. This is good for our killer though, I think, as we do have Ruin in play. We know the third survivor is on that main generator. We know where literally everyone is. Oh, me oh mine, we get the tag here on Ada with Bloodlust 1! Quan still lurking over there. Oh, they really want to delay this pick. We do get the pick. Will we get the pallet save? No! Disaster strikes! And we do get our first hook here. Pain Res, fortunately, main gen finishing right before that Pain Res hits. Instead, Pain Rest hits this middle gen here, sending it regressing just a bit more. We are in chase here with Ada. We get the Shack Pallet, we get the Cam Trap, and we are once again a very, very slow Wraith. We get the pull, fairly fast pull here, and we are immediately in chase here with our Survivor. Hits the Vault. Ooh, we don't get the Window Steal. They vault once again. Oh my god, and due to them not being in chase, you could just keep vaulting that window. You don't have that 3 vault limit. Oh, they full send it, but will they get... They do! Oh my! Even with that medium vault, we go vault after our Survivor here, and it looks like... No, they're just playing this window. Crazy stuff here by Albatross. Kinda juicing, kinda juicing. Looks like we're gonna opt to get a tag here on Brokeman, on the Adam. Putting Sloppy on them. Now all 4 survivors are injured with Sloppy Butcher in play. This is a very strong position for Wraith, as we could get some quick downs here ideally. Get the uncloak. Will we see the vault? We do see the vault. We see the revault, and Albatross with this bottom main window is a demon. And we're off to the top here. We have not seen head-on in play yet, so but you might potentially see that. They get the vault here, and are they going to play the bottom window again? And the answer is no, they're not. They're going to go send it here for the back window. They get the vault. A gen finishes in the background, and they might have spotted Ruin there. And we are now playing the Toilet Pallet. Oh, yeah. Fortunately, we do go down as Toilet Pallet is very, very unsafe. So I feel it's slightly more unsafe with it down, so I guess that's why Albatross kind of tried to greed it for a bit. We do get our hook here at our 11 side of the map, getting our second stage of the trial. We have to remember, it's a 6-stage 4 fresh tie condition and a 7-stage win condition, so we only have to acquire 5 more stages here for our win, but we do have 3 generators remaining, and their survivors have been looping fairly well and have managed to get a full reset through Sloppy Butcher. We catch Julian off guard here on the gen, get a tag, and off they go towards that 6th side, and we're gonna recloak. Probably we're going to be looking towards going to the hook to deny the unhook, which is about to happen, and as we see here, it does. And we are once again in chase with our survivors. We spot Adam going down here. Brokeman on the Adam. Sorry. And Albatross in chase at the top of main again. Will they juice this bottom window? We'll have to see. The door is broken this time though. Oh, winning that 50. Oh, they don't make it for top window. Instead they go out here. Will we see a head-on? This looks like the most obvious head-on. No, it's just a hit take. Oh my god. The mind game with the head-on, and we get the tag here on Brokeman. Sometimes you just gotta play as if there's a head-on. I wonder if there's a head-on here this time. Nah. You get the uncloak, and I think we'll be seeing our down half. Ooh, no, they path really well. Get that fast vault at the top main window. This Albatross is getting the pressure here for our survivors. We do get a cloak break here on the 11 pallet, and a gen does pop in the background. This is really strong here for our survivors. Get the down on Albatross. We do spot Brokeman here, but we do get a pick. Another gen pops, and we will get our first sacrifice with 1 gen remaining. We need 4 more stages here to secure this win here for our killer. And not gonna lie, with 1 gen remaining, it might be a bit tricky. However, we do have 2 injured survivors in play right now and 3 pain res available. Do we hear a survivor in this style? They're just gonna play that window. However, one of the doors is broken, and it's King Julian here on the Quan. Will we get a downer? Will they be able to make it over the pallet? Ooh, they drop the pallet. We get a lunge, but they don't revault, so it does not connect. And they do get the Ruin here, which is very important to do in this 1v3 situation, as Ruin can get very much out of hand here with Wraith. Oh, very good patience here by Atiar, and we do get that down onto Julian and secure another fresh hook alongside a very important pain resonance here, hitting one of these gens and sending it regressing. We have Ada here trying to do gallows, and we have Brokeman here Cracks on Ada doing Gallows, and Brookman here on Adam on the back of main. We still have a lot of pallets up here. I'm surprised Atior isn't kicking these pallets while patrolling around while cloaked. Since it's very low time investment for Wraith with these add-ons. Ooh, yep. Break this pallet, and we are in chase here with Adam. Ooh, they do make this pallet. Like, if they kicked this pallet earlier, they perhaps wouldn't make it. Ada does pull in their, like, over... Not in their face, but next to them. And we will be getting the down here. Oop. Julian here coming to try and take a hit for Brookman, but it is a bit too late. Unfortunately, as Brookman did not have enough distance, we do get enemies on the pallet here in mid 2. Putting it back up, and we're back at this game in this 2 area with Julian. And we do get another pain res, notably on Brookman. And I think Julian will be going down here, and it's just up to Ada. Ada manages to get the pull, but we do get the tag. And we are in danger here for our survivors. With both survivors being injured, we are securing another stage on the board, getting us to 6 stage 3 fresh. But we need one more stage. An option here is to just camp Julian out. Or we could, I mean, this very easily could turn into a 4K1 at this point. Ooh, they unhook Julian. They opt to leave that and go straight back to the hook. Atior here, playing for that 4K. Probably looking to get Julian out of the game to turn this into a 1v2, which pretty much should secure the 4K1 here, as we don't really have Gen Prog. However, we don't find Julian. Instead, we find Cracks, our final pain res here, and we do get them. And our final hook, not final, our final fresh hook, there we go. And this does secure us the win if we manage to get Ada on the hook here. And with this hook, this Arkham takes the Wraith set with 7 stage 4 fresh. Ooh, we do spot an unhook attempt here by Julian, perhaps. Oh, Julian does go down, and we see Brookman in Gallows. We're going straight there. I don't think the gen has enough progress to pop. It is only at 30%, and we will be entering our final chase of the trial here. Very good stuff by Atior. Amazing pressure on the Wraith. Getting these downs. Oppa! What a vault by Atior. Oh no, by Brookman, sorry. And shout out to Albatross, who managed to have such a strong chase in the main and mid area, towards the early mid game of this trial, getting our survivors to this 1 gen remaining situation. The problem is just a bit hard with to get the pressure back when you all get injured, and yeah, and you're stuck in that loop of unhooking, picking up slugs and all that. You don't have the manpower to get that gen pressure on the board, despite Ruin being cleansed. And with that will wrap up our trial with that final chase. We're just going to be seeing people being put on hooks right now, securing us a 4K1 on the Wraith here for Arkham. This will mean we will be going to our lovely tiebreaker set, which is Ghoul on Suffocation Pit 1. We have seen Arkham play Ghoul quite a bit on Suffle 1, so I'm very excited to see how it goes. It's a set they do like, and yeah, no, Ghoul on Suffle 1, very fun. It can be a bit of a rough map for Ghoul, as those mid areas are just constantly, like, constant jungle gyms chained together. We see here the remains of Ruin, unfortunately, as the game ends. But yeah, no, Ghoul is a very fun killer. I know that there are people out there who dislike them. I think they're fun to play, and to play against them, I think they have tuned Ghoul quite a bit so that it feels less egregious, some of the hits they get with their power. But at the end of the day, right, after they injure you, it's just an M1 killer, and with M1 and Suffocation Pit 1, you can see some long chases happen potentially. But at the same time, as the match drags on and the pallets go away and the resources are used, it can get very scary to be up against the Ghoul, especially when you enter that 1v3 situation and he starts getting those injures. You could very quickly snowball the game out of control with multiple slugs going on. We've seen that happen many times here this season in Blood Rush League. So I'm curious if that will happen again this time, or will we see some crazy survivor plays and maybe see some outs? Not sure. We'll have to stick around and see as we get our next lobby sorted. Please stay tuned as we load up our Ghoul set. We'll see you guys in a bit, and yeah, hope you guys have been having fun. Hello and welcome back to Blood Rush League Season 4 of our lower bracket round 2 here with Arkham versus Archon. We are on our tiebreaker set here of Ghoul with Archon up first, Arkham up first here on the Killer with Archon on the Survivors. We have Atsior here on the Ghoul with our with a lovely build of Pain Rest, Corrupt Eruption, Call of Brine alongside Bloody Handkerchief and the teacup thing. Very typical build. Very typical build here for Ghoul, as we do get a Pallet Stun here by Ada, but I got a bit surprised by that. It's not, did not expect Pallet Stun, but we do get into first chase here, and Ada doing good, dodging that first power, dodging the injure from the first power, playing this tile as best as she can. Will we see this injury here? Yeah, we do. She does not quite make it around, and we are now in our enrage mode. We do see Ace running towards that generator here in the 9 side of the map. 3 side of the map. We have one more bite, one more charge left. Potentially get a bite. No, and we do spot Quan here. Julian on the Quan once again. And we are going to take chase at this 1 to 12 area. We drop the filler. And we do get the bite, putting 2 survivors in the injured state here. This is kind of how you see Ghoul opening start. We try to get some injures, perhaps catch a survivor in a poor position and get a very quick down on whether they're injured or not. And we do have this pallet to play. We do get the drop, they get the vault, but they don't make it quite around, and we will be seeing a down happen here very momentarily. And we see Ace running here towards the mid part of the map. I think we'll be getting a cheeky bite on them if we can. Ooh, Ace playing that line of sight really well, but we still have our 3rd charge here. And Albatross taking that injure, running towards the mid as we go back to our slug, and ideally hook here with a Pain Rest. What is the Pain Rest RNG like? And it looks like it's 3 Pain Rests up top and 1 at the bottom, but this Pain Rest here in the middle, top mid, is very strong. And we will be getting a gen hit on the gen here at the 10 side of the map. You know, survivors playing this rock. We get a bite here on Brookman on the Dwight. Get that injure. We're going back to the hook, as we could see. A pull happens. Very good pull there, despite being injured by Albatross. Very good coordination for Brookman to call to pull that, as they committed a bite, which normally would be a very unsafe pull for an injured survivor, but they do get Julian off of that hook, and now Julian enters their 2nd chase here. Will we see them make it through out of this pallet? It's a pretty scary pallet to play, but it does connect to that main window if you get that vault. We hit Bloodlust 2. Will we see a Bloodlust 3? Oh me, oh my. We do make that main window though, very well played. We hit the Bloodlust 3, and we are going to run Julian down here probably. They drop the pallet, we go around, 2 gens pop in the background, Julian doesn't make... Oh, they do make the pallet despite Bloodlust 3. They drop it, they don't make it around! And we do get the down here. Lovely Bloodlust gaming, you love to see it. Oh my, and we put our first survivor here onto our 2nd hook. Getting 2 hook, 1 fresh currently, and pretty much locking in our tunnel out here on King Julian. At this point, we have 3 generators remaining. With the generator, I believe... Oh, the generator here at 4 is about to pop. We do have a generator, I think, at 11, a generator at 4, a generator at 3 as 3 of the gens. And then I believe the other 3 are like somewhere in the bot side. We do get the pull here. We could see there was a gen mid as well, and I believe that was a gen 6 and 7. We do know that they are here in the main area. Main pallet is still down. Ooh, they don't quite vault that window. Very unfortunate. I think we might have to drop that, and we're going to go check out this generator at 4, which we can see some scratch marks on. Our survivors are working on it. It is very much so progressed. Will we get a bite on Ada? Oh my, Ada playing that exceptionally well, not letting Ghoul get that bite for that enrage. Instead, we're going to have to M1. We're going to have to... Oh, we're going to go bite. Yep. Well played by Cracks here to dodge that M1 and the first bite. Getting our survivors a bit more time to potentially get a reset on Julian. We're going to go put Eruption and Call a Brine on this gen at 4, and we're going to go back towards main. You know, Julian was somewhere in this area. Unless they manage to sneak around, they'll... Yeah, I mean, they'll likely be here, and we do spot them working away at this main generator. The hearing it's about, I think, 20%, but we finally do break that main pallet, which makes this main loop a lot less safe. Ooh, we get the bite, but not the vault. And the generator does finish at the bottom of the map there. We can see our survivors doubling this generator. That's at 19%. We get the bite. All 4 survivors are now injured. And once again, we will be kicking this generator, I believe for the 4th time. But we have yet to proc eruption on it, I believe. Ooh, what a stun by Ace. Very well played. Ace in a chase here at the bottom of the map, running towards this 7 side of the map. Will we be able to play this pallet? No! What a lunge! Very well played by Atsier. Very strong M1 play there. And we will be heading straight back to that generator, trying to stop it. Eruption does kick in. We do spot, I believe, Brookman, as they are the only uninjured survivor here on the Dwight. The generator is pumping. And it is of utmost importance. None of these top gens pop if we want to secure a 4K in this situation, I believe. But I am very, very scared what main gen is looking like right now. I believe Julian has been working away at it, and there it goes. Julian takes that main gen, but I do believe they will be seeing our first sacrifice happening very momentarily, as Julian is quite a bit zoned. Ooh, we don't get the jump to block. Julian gets the stun. Crazy plays here by Julian. We get the vault over. We are in range. Does Julian make it around? They win the 50. They make it another loop around. Do they vault? They do vault and lose the 50 there, and we will be going down. The problem is, we don't have the time to hook Julian right now. We have to go back to our generator. Oh, but it looks like we do have the time, as the generator is about 50% here. They did not stop that regression. But they were like tripling the bottom generator, I'm afraid, or doubling it, as it does pop in the background. We're going to opt to slug Julian here at top of mid. We're going to try and find a fresh hook here. If we find a fresh hook here, we could potentially secure a 5-stage 2 fresh, which is significantly better than 3-stage 1 fresh. We find Albatross once again. Not gonna lie, Archon survivors here played this exceptionally well. We see a vault. We also, I think, saw Survivor working the gate. It is cracks on the Ada. We get the bite, put another survivor in the injured state. And now all 3 survivors are injured. If only we had like 5% haste, we could have no head. But with all the survivors here being injured, it is going to be tough for the survivors to rescue anyone off of a hook. If we do manage to get it down and a hook, they will have to get that reset if they want to attempt an unhook. And even then, it can still be quite risky. As a poorly executed hook save could possibly result in just more stages, more fresh hooks being awarded to our killer. Okay, Albatross is just winning these TNLs. The gen pops in the background. Oh! Julian coming in here to try and hit take. But it is disaster, as both survivors do go down. It looks like we will be picking Julian, and are we going to see the hook happen very quickly here? I wonder if our survivors are going to try and reset and play for this save. This will give us 6-stage 2 fresh, which is one more stage, one extra stage than expected. And we'll have to see how it goes as we drag our survivor away from the gates here, all the way to the hook at the 3-tile. Well, between 3-tile and edge map, I guess, at logs. At this point, I wouldn't be surprised if the survivors just hit the gotta leave that and exit the trial. Yeah. Giving us 6-stage 2 fresh, which is, yeah, that gets the win condition of 6-stage 3 fresh, a tie condition of 6-stage 2 fresh, and also the other win condition of 7 stages. Yeah, no, that's very good recovery at that endgame there by our killer. But it's still a fairly cruisy win condition here for our survivor, for our killer, for Archon's killer next round. I mean, going into Shuffle 1 Ghoul, I'm thinking 6-stage 3 fresh, pretty achievable. 7 stages is okay, pretty achievable as well. So we're going to have to see. I mean, it's not over till it's over, like I said. Arkham's survivors can juice. We've seen them play very well against Ghoul before, and I wouldn't be surprised if they play very well against Ghoul again. But Archon has been on a Archon's killers have been pretty strong, so we're gonna have to wait and see. With that, we'll get the next lobby sorted, and I'll see you guys in a bit. Hello, we are back with Blood Rush League Season 4, lower bracket round 2 here with Arkham versus Archon with our second game of our tiebreaker, which is Ghoul on Suffocation Pit 1. We have King Julian once again on the killer here for Archon. And our Arkham survivors, we have Animate, Atior, Dio, and Dio Maker, and Knight. We have a very, very similar build, but instead of Call of Ryan, we have Ruin for that early game, and potentially, like, if it's not cleansed, the very oppressive late game in the 1v3 and 1v2. And instead of Bloody Handkerchief, we do have the Chain, which is, I believe, the cooldown reduction when not enraged. We get a very fast bite here on Atior, and we're back towards the mid part of the map here, potentially looking for some survivors, maybe catching Atior off if they miss position. Atior drops the pallet and runs back main. This front main filler pallet here is down, but it's not kicked. Ooh, Atior making sure to check spot that, and they do get the drop, hit the balanced landing, I think. And we are back into our chase here. Atior has to make it, make this chase last quite a bit if they want to get the their survivor team a very strong start. And Ruin does go in the background, which means one survivor was not on a gen, but two survivors we can see here are pumping away at a motor. Oof, Julian here trying to get Atior, but it is tough with all these pallets available. Like I said earlier, like after you're injured, at the end of the day, Ghoul is just an M1 killer with a bit of mobility. Well, not bit, with mobility. But on maps like Suffocation Pit 1, where there's a lot of density and resources, the mobility doesn't matter as much. And we can see here a generator does finish as we slam our pain res. A hit Animate's gen. This does tell us though that tell us as the spectators that Animate is the most progressed gen here at 10%, which means they probably doubled the gen they finished, which was Dio and Knight doubling away that gen, which is, I mean, if it was a very important gen like a mid gen, I'd say that that's a pretty good shout. However, the gen RNG seems to be slightly in favor here of Julian, with 4 gens here at the top side of the map, and our hook position between two of them. Deep into that one side. Ooh, no survivors here. I believe the survivors are working away at that 9 gen. That's where Animate is. As we heard some gen prog there earlier as we were in that area. The main thing to look out for is the survivor get pulling under Julian's nose here. Like if they get a very, very sneaky unhook onto Atior, this is very good for our survivors. Especially if we commit this much time to like be playing under the hook. I think with that bite though, Knight does make the pull, and we will be seeing a hook trade happen in place. And we are going to go and hook immediately for a pain res, getting our second fresh and second stage into the game. Locked in for the game, sorry. A thing to note is that our win condition is 6 stage 3 fresh. Or 7 stages, and a tie condition of 6 stages 2 fresh. So it is a pretty cruisy win condition here for Julian. The survivors have to play this pretty safe and pretty like very, very, very solidly, and make only very little errors. Otherwise, this could spiral very much out of control. As I mean, Ghoul is a fairly strong killer, right? Getting the injures fairly easily, and as well as having very strong map mobility. This can result in very dangerous situations, especially if we manage to get the game into a 1v3. We do kick that mid-gen, and I don't know, like right now, Julian is just chilling. Knight is on the hook. Oh, they managed to pull Knight actually out. Sorry, caster's curse there. Knight is no longer on the hook. We have Dio here pulling for Knight before they go seconds. Very good here. We're gonna get some add-on value here as our power does recharge 35% faster when we are not enraged. get the break here on that main pallet, which is a very strong pallet, so that's good to get that out of the way. And we are in chase here with, I believe this is Dio. It is, and we do get a bite on Dio's Renato. And two of our survivors reset. That was potentially a double reset or something with Solidarity or, you know. And this puts our survivors in a fairly good position here with 3 generators remaining. But with the win condition this lenient, I don't know if it's enough. We do get Bloodlust 1, and I believe this is a hit here, despite Animate coming into hit take. Will we see a... Oh, we don't see a bite. Instead, we see just an auto pick. Very fast pick, and we will see potentially another Pain Res come out here on this hook at 9/10. And the hook does come through, and this puts us at 3 stages and 3 fresh hooks. This means we only have to achieve 3 more hook stages for the win here, as 6 stage 3 fresh is considered a win. So if we find Dwight and just camp him out, this could be danger for our survivors. We do find Knight here on Ace. We do get the bite, I think. Yes, we do get the bite. Giving us Unrage, putting them in deep wound. They will be taking that chase probably towards the mid-map and try to make their way towards like the bottom shack area. I believe that is the ideal death spot, and we do catch a generator here in the mid area. That's about 90%. We get a lunge, but not quite connecting. Oh my. It's up to our survivors here to get these gens done. We do get that mid-gen done. 2 gens remaining. We need to secure some or get the gen pressure rolling, which is what they're attempting to do. The top mid gen is currently about 10%. We hear main is about 40%, I would say. Maybe like, okay, maybe a bit less than 40. And we did hear as well the gen at 11, I think, has a tiny bit of progress. All 4 survivors managed to get the reset. This is what they need to do. They need to play this very safe. They need to minimize the amount of times they're conceding hook states. And they need to get these generators done. But with a 4 gen at the top side of the map, it can be scary. We do spot a survivor. We do get a bite. And I'm not sure if we will be committing this. The answer is no. Yeah, same. I think, yeah, Julian's minds... what do you call that? Julian's game plan here is to just camp these 4 gens at the top, get some bites, and get our survivors injured. Hopefully catch a survivor either mispositioning or off guard here, like in this edge map. However, thankfully Atior here is still healthy, taking a time here to go towards his main window. If we could get a fairly fast down here on Atior, it could be very rough here for our survivors if we manage to hook in the top side of the map. But so far, with 3 stages, 3 fresh on the board, we just need 3. What a hit take by Dio! I'm not sure if that lunge was gonna make it, but I don't know, that was still really cool. They came out of nowhere. Ooh, and we get the stun on Julian. Our survivors here are locking in, but we do have 2 injured survivors on the board right now. We have Eddie trying to work a generator in the background. The question is, will we find them? And the answer is potentially. I think we did see them behind that rock. We do get a blast mine. Oh my eyes. Does Animate leave the tile with that? Ooh. Potentially did, as they managed to stealth out with blast mine. I think they ran towards main there, so we saw a bit of scratch marks, I believe, at the back of main at 12. Our survivors are just playing so well here, but they really can't afford to concede any more hook stages. Ooh, a pre-throw here by Knight. And they just leave this Z-wall tile. I don't know, I'm not a fan of that tile as a survivor. As a killer, yeah, I think it's very playable as a killer. So pre-drop into leaving it is very valid by Knight. Ooh, we do get the blind. We do get that Champion of Light with a 20% hinder. Oh, but we have a hill. A survivor here coming in to try and hit take. I believe it is tap at Tior. We do get the bite. And they make a run towards Shack. So our problem now, right, is If we hook Knight and they die, that's still only 5 stages, I believe. So if our survivors manage to finish all the gens and get out, we potentially will see the win here for Arkham? Yeah. Ooh, one generator finished. The last generator finishes in the background. I think we just have to commit this chase. If we get Atior down and hooked, this could be the match win. Oh no, they don't make it. They do get the pull. Atior is on the floor. Will we go for more? I think the answer is yes, as we see Animate. I don't know, the safe play? I think the safe play here is just to pick Atior, hook them in basement. Oh man. Oh my. Is Atior going to crawl to hatch? Knight goes down. Oh no, disaster for our survivors. We're going to hook Knight here. Securing 5 stages. This means we cannot concede a single hook stage. Atior has to somehow either get out through the hatch. They do get the pick. Oh, we catch Animate. Animate has to play this pallet exceptionally well here. Oh, this is a real nail biter. Oh my. Will they get a survivor to come hit take? Oh, no. We get the vault. Will we get the down? Will we make the pallet? No! We get the down, and we do see our survivors lurking. Atior here. Maybe trying to go for a save, but they do get downed as well. Now it's all up to Dio to try and do something, but I don't think it's in the cards right now, as I believe Atior had the beamer. With that hook, that secures the match here for Archon. Such a close series. Oh my god, nail biter at the end there. Atior gets pulled, blocking second wind, and I believe they will be taking the stages with this. With a result of oh my. Alright, yeah. With a result of 9 stage or fresh. Oh me, oh my. What a series here by Arkham versus Archon. And with that, Archon moves through the lower bracket here, and unfortunately that will be it for Arkham this season. However, I do hope to see both of these teams again next season, as we have had some exceptional plays from both teams. This match, my god, so exciting, so many cool moments. That last ghoul game, those last 2 ghoul games, real nail biters. Oh my god, that very close to not being able to meet that win con by the Archon's killer. Honestly, very, very well matched teams, very close, very close. But with that does conclude our match for today. We do have a match coming up in about, I believe, in about 3 hours and 30 minutes. So please stay tuned, follow our Twitch channel, check out our Discord channel to keep up to date for any matches we have coming up. It is all posted in the Discord channel. And if you follow the Twitch channel, you'll get notified when we go live. Thank you all for being here. I'm Mal. You can find me on Twitch at Mal_ANZ. If you like to see me play Unknown, I play a lot of Unknown. Yep. But we'll see you guys all hopefully in 3 hours, 30 minutes. Well, actually, wait, no, sorry. I believe that is an offline game. My apologies. To catch any of our offline games and any of our previous VODs, please check out our YouTube channel, Blood Rush League on YouTube. It has pretty much all of the games posted up there. If there are any games that aren't posted up there, it's usually due to a technical limitation or technical error. My apologies for saying that there's a game when it's out offline. It is 7 a.m. for me. I have not slept, so I'm gonna blame that time. Yep. But thank you all for being here. I hope you guys had a wonderful time as such a wonderful match, and I'll hope to see you guys all next time. Bye!